in some societies, people are usually not free, not because of the laws and country written laws or constitution or whatever. It's because the traditions and norms passed along from one generation to another, which was originally put by some illiterate and uncivilized people who didn't have the capacity or the resources to think or the desire even to think and appreciation for knowledge and scientific and intellectual way of thinking. One of the first giveaways of a society like that, which in my opinion is the biggest one and the most obvious one. If you go out in a country and the people there, you don't see people hugging, friends hugging, or couples in their relationship hugging in public or kissing. That's a simple and dead giveaway that this society has these limitations and restrictions on the relationships between people. For example, going out in some societies, it's not allowed or acceptable at all to hug your friend if your friend from the other gender, whether in public or in your house. It's not acceptable to bring your friend which is from another gender to your house just to have dinner or chat or whatever. And certainly not kissing in public if you are in a relationship or a couple. And this has severe outcomes and severe not like outcomes, but it affects the people in so many different ways, not only on the social level, but also it limits the people's creativity because their mind is always like restrained and restricted by all these unspoken rules that it's so hard and almost impossible to step over because of the majority of the people. The vast majority just believes that since it was passed from a previous generation, it has to be right, which I absolutely disagree with. I think, personally, I think that people from normal friends from a different gender are okay to hug, are okay to hang out, and it's better if they can hug each other and express their love. People express their love to one another without being ashamed of it. There is nothing to be ashamed of when you are loving. What should be ashamed of is being incapable of expressing freely and expressing your emotions and being like vulnerable out in public and in your personal space. And what are the I don't remember the word. I will put it here later. I think the consequences. Yeah, the consequences of such restrictions. First of all, you can't think freely and innovate and be creative if you can't think freely in your simple daily life stuff. And that's why some societies are increasingly getting less and less creative, less and less innovative, less and less more attractive to talent and younger generations who had access to the world information through the internet and through seeing other societies virtually online and comparing norms and the traditions. And that's why also some societies are incapable of contributing scientifically to the world knowledge and the human knowledge in general, because their brains and our brains are like it's anchored, like it's a chip anchored to a heavy weight of and burden of dumb society norms and traditions. I think this is what I think, and through my experience, it's insanely hard to go and express your thoughts and ideas when it comes to like what people say sensitive subjects in some societies, because as I've said, the vast majority are not going to think freely and doubt what they received from their grandparents or grandparents, whatever, how many generations back. So this is what I think. So I'd like to know also what are your thoughts, and what ways can we open up the minds of people to other possibilities and maybe other better possibilities, arguably. Because I think it will help the societies in the world come together and share love and express their love to one another, which makes the entire society a better society and more open society, more diverse and inclusive society. And that's for the benefit of the entire humankind, not just certain societies. Let me know what you think, and yeah, this is just a thought I had in mind after experiencing different like situations that I felt I wanna express my ideas.